Now we're speaking about Call of Duty. I mean, we already saw how successful Black Ops 6 has been. Now we have some already more information. This kind of happens every year, I find. Just right after the release of the newest Call of Duty game, we get more information about the future Call of Duty games because, yes, these are yearly releases. We have this here from the Ghost of Hope here on X, well known with this type of information. Says, what I'm being told about the future of Call of Duty, Microsoft has set up a new committee under Activision for Call of Duty that will control features and systems at the franchise level and let the studios make suggestions. So whether something like Omni Movement, which is new to the franchise, survives past this year will be decided not by Infinity Ward or Treyarch, but by this committee. And studios are being told not to innovate in areas like UI, prestige, certain gameplay features, etc., but rather to focus on innovating on maps, modes, storytelling, as that is where they want the creativity to come from. So interesting things there. They're not just going to leave it up to a singular studio that may be biased in, I guess, the stuff that they do create to try to push that into future games. There is going to be a committee looking at everything, and probably a decent move. Hopefully they just take into account the overall sentiment from the community and the things that they like versus what they dislike, and then build off of that. I feel like that would be the best way to go about it. But I do like this part. Yeah, they don't really need to innovate in UI. Okay, yeah, they upgraded the UI, whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world if the user interface isn't the best. But things like gameplay and the game modes and the maps and the storytelling for the single player campaign, which Black Ops 6 is phenomenal, improving on that every single year is going to definitely push this franchise forward. We go down here into the comments. You have Sith Potato saying, I think this is a good thing for the Warzone era of COD, but imagine having this back in the World at War days. They would have cut zombies. This person says, yes, don't innovate in the UI or bring back old UI. This person says, I think this is overall okay, but I think we need to see Call of Duty game where this is in effect. Wondering how Infinity Ward will be doing next year now that the community sentiment for them is at an all-time low. And Ghost of Hope reminds this person that they actually worked on the 2026 one, but yes, there will be something for Infinity Ward to have to realize here so they can continue to improve, as the community, I believe, is pretty hard against them as of right now. Person says, so Infinity Ward will be forced to use Omni Movement, but let's say a terrible feature like time perks, the committee can determine whether that innovation passed or be sent to the depths of hell. What if it did pass? And Ghost of Hope reply says that would imply they're not losing players and money from that feature being a thing. So this is interesting to see how this is going to affect the future of the game. Overall, I think that is probably a good thing. So you don't have studios just kind of in their own worlds making a game where the thoughts and sentiment towards it is just negative.